What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. We got Bitcoin breaking into new all-time highs. We got Ethereum breaking into new all-time highs, and the crypto market is setting up for something big. And this could be the sentiment surrounding the Coinbase listing on NASDAQ. It's not necessarily an IPO, but it is a Coinbase listing on the NASDAQ, on the stock market. So this could be huge. This could be huge for the crypto market. We're going to be discussing exactly what I think is going to happen as a result of the Coinbase NASDAQ listing, how I think it's going to affect Bitcoin, how I think this actually plays right into my analysis and plays right into the plan that Wall Street has for Bitcoin as well. Right? So there's a lot of interesting factors now with the Coinbase IPO. And the entire market is getting super bullish here, getting super bullish. It is awesome to see. It's awesome to see. What is up? We got people already joining in. So I got to share this link out there. You guys know that sometimes my streams are getting shadow banned. So definitely smash that like button so people can see. Share the videos, share the stream. Yeah, hit that like button. I think that's really what helps the most. And, sharing on social media also helps. I'm going to share this link with other people so we can get started. I'll be right back, guys. We got a lot of stuff to talk about in this video, so definitely stick around. And if you're watching this as a playback, I might have time codes there for you to skip ahead and see the after the intermission. But we'll be right back, guys. We'll be right back. What is up, guys? What's up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. As we get started, definitely smash up that like button. So I'm going to try to not play any music because I might get shadow banned if I do that. So I'm going to play some sounds of the forest because I think that might be kind of relaxing, kind of nice. Let me know if you guys can hear that. We're going to have the sounds of the forest instead of music because I don't want to get shadow banned. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. I know that the Coinbase, I know it's technically not an IPO for Coinbase, but I'm just using that word because that's what everyone knows. But anyway, so Coinbase is being listed on NASDAQ, and I do think this is going to play right into Wall Street's plan. This also plays right into my analysis. The biggest question that I get right now about this, a lot of people say, you know, Kev, is the Coinbase IPO like an ETF? You know, is it the same thing, or are we going to top out now? Personally, you know, I don't think so. The Coinbase IPO, I mean, it's just one company, right? It's just one company, Coinbase. The Bitcoin ETF is an entirely different thing. I mean, they're related, but it's different. So in terms of, you know, what some kind of top signal, in my opinion, the Coinbase IPO is not a top signal. But it is a signal that things are really heating up and we are entering the bubble zone where things are about to really bubble up, right? When things bubble, they can tend to continue to bubble, right? So Coinbase IPO, in my opinion, equals bubble zone, the entry into our euphoria phase where everyone starts to think, oh my God, I have to own crypto. I have to own Bitcoin. This is the new paradigm, right? And then the public really gets suckered in as things get really exciting. And it's just human nature. It's just human behavior. And a lot of them will get wrecked in the end. A lot of them will get wrecked. But we're going to discuss why I think we have many, many months of upside ahead of us, at least a few months at least, until we hit much higher levels, I know, guys. I know. I already said it. I know it's not an IPO. I guess I'll just change it because I'm going to keep getting that comment. I'm going to change it. An IDO. Okay. We'll please the crowd. But the IPO is something that everyone understands and they know about. That's why I'm using it in the title. I know. It's just being listed on NASDAQ. I get it, guys. I get it. You guys, we got a new camera. This one actually does live streams. I used to have a really good camera, but it didn't do live streams, so I had to get a new one. So yeah, we got the forest sounds going here. So let's hop over to the main scene. The main scene here. So we can see Bitcoin testing new all-time highs. Ethereum also testing new all-time highs. Chainlink getting ready for a potential breakout, coming up to the all-time high. A lot of the altcoins are stalling out a little bit here. Altcoins stalling a little bit as Bitcoin moves up. But guys, this is a crypto bull market, and in a crypto bull market, even if Bitcoin takes Bitcoin leads and altcoins sort of just stall for a little bit, eventually everything catches up, right? Everything catches up. And personally, in my opinion, I don't really feel the need to trade between altcoins and Bitcoin at this stage because I know that everything's going to be generally moving up together. Whether, you know, things are off by a few days or a few weeks, generally most things are moving up together, and I'm not really all that crazy about all that short-term maximizing potential in the short term. Don't really care all that much. So I kind of just hold through these moments with my alts and Bitcoin. Yeah, guys, we got nature sounds today instead of music because apparently I get shadow banned if I use music. So there's a lot of implications with this news, guys. By the way, smash up that like button. Helps out the streams. Subscribe if you're new. Share these streams as well if you want your friends to see. If you guys enjoy my content, it's the best way to support the channel. We got 360 people watching. Appreciate all of you smashing up that like button. So, well, I guess first of all, so obviously it's not an IPO, but it's being thrown around a lot because that is what people understand. IPO, Coinbase IPO, cryptos first. So
Coinbase.
Let me get rid of that. So Coinbase will make stock market history on Wednesday as the first company specializing in cryptocurrencies to launch an initial public offering or a direct listing. The company, which may have a valuation of north of $100 billion, may begin trading on NASDAQ under the ticker symbol COIN, which is tomorrow, April, 14th, tomorrow, Wednesday. So that's pretty cool. Circle Squared Alternative Investments founder Jeff Sika said, I see this as a bridge between the disruptive decentralized cryptocurrency market and the traditional market. This IPO will bring cryptocurrency to the forefront, take away some of the obscurity of crypto, and allow people to invest in what I believe is going to be a very, very significant presence as an alternative currency in the future. So yeah, we are basically getting to that point now in crypto history where we're merging traditional finance into DeFi, and there's starting to become projects that are, looking for ways to bridge traditional finance with DeFi in regulated ways. And this Coinbase listing is going to do that to a certain extent. It's going to allow traditional finance to speculate on crypto in a big way. And this is really the next big thing besides the Bitcoin ETF, which we're waiting for, right? So we're still waiting for the Bitcoin ETF, but until then, this is the next, or the really the big deal. And I'm going to talk about exactly how I think this plays into the chart. So let's see. Let's see what people are saying in the chat before we move on. Just checking out chat first. People are asking me about my Bitcoin targets, my Ethereum targets. So guys, we're going to talk about all of that. We're going to talk about all of that in this video and exactly how I think this listing is going to affect Bitcoin. And honestly, it's crazy how well it plays in. It's crazy how well this plays into my analysis and to the plan that Wall Street has for Bitcoin, at least the plan that I think they have for Bitcoin. So we're going to be talking about exactly how I think all this is going to play out. Just checking out chat. We got a lot of familiar faces. Eric Munzo, Crypto Cali's in the chat. What's up, guys? We probably have a lot of Patreon members in the chat, though if your names are different on YouTube than they are in Discord, I won't know who you are. So I apologize. Ventlos is in the chat. George is in the chat. What's up, guys? Blue Fig, what's up? All right, so one thing that I find interesting, one thing that tells me that we are in a bull market or in the midst of, basically moving into one of the most bullish moments in Bitcoin history, I think is just around the corner. No matter what happens in the short term, I don't really care. We're about to enter one of the most bullish moments in crypto history, and one of the signals for that is the fact that we are losing Bitcoin dominance. Right, the first major loss of dominance in 2017 happened here, which was May of 2017 was like one of our first major losses of dominance, and that happened right here. May was right here as we were making one of the most biggest runs in Bitcoin history. So sometimes, sometimes losing dominance means you're on the verge of a major run. Sometimes it means that Bitcoin is about to pull back. Personally, I think right now, with the way that things are going, we're probably on the verge of a major run. And what I see as being one of the things I'm most excited about is that the Coinbase IPO is coming in right as we're leaving this green box territory. And the reason why this is significant, for those of you that watch my channel, you guys know we do macro analysis here on this channel. This, in the previous run, from the previous all-time high at 20,000 to next bear market low at 3,100, we had about 173% growth. That's all that Bitcoin actually, that's the only growth we actually saw in the last bull market. From all-time high to bear market low, it's only 173%. Extremely volatile market. If we had anything similar take place this bull run, which I think it's quite possible that we do, and there's reasons, I'll explain those later, the next bear market low could be about 50,000, roughly. And what I find very exciting right now is that the Coinbase IPO is taking place as we're exiting this green box territory, which is basically we're exiting the area of maximum opportunity. And the Coinbase IPO or IDO, I know it's not an IPO, is happening. I mean, it's basically gonna usher in the final mania phase, right? As we're exiting the area of maximum opportunity, and we may never see prices below 50,000 again, right? So this is very exciting, and it plays right into my analysis, right? It's like perfect, right? The Coinbase IPO ushers in the euphoria phase. We start moving up, right? There's a lot of excitement for crypto. The Coinbase IPO is a perfect catalyst for this. And then the top signal would probably be the ETF. The ETF, guys. So I think Wall Street is well aware. They're well aware that the Coinbase IDO, I'm just going to call it IPO because that's what everyone understands, even though it's technically wrong. It's pretty much the same thing, whatever. I'm just going to call it that so everyone's on the same page. The Coinbase IPO is leading us now into the final euphoria phase. In the top signal, I would say, is probably going to be the ETF. So I love this. I love this setup, guys. This is like one of the best setups we got right now. Perfect. Perfect. And this is like kind of the two major signals that I think we got to be looking for. Guys, what do you think? What do you think in the chat? Do you think that this is going to end up being accurate? That the Coinbase IPO ushers in the euphoria phase, the mania phase, and then the ETF would be a top signal? Click 1 in chat if you agree. Click 2 in chat if you disagree. Let me know in chat what you guys think. I think this is just such an awesome setup for us, guys. It couldn't be any more perfect. It couldn't be any more perfect, really. I mean, and Bitcoin is actually more bullish now than it was in 2017. If you look at the chart, in 2017 we were like, we were following the halving cycle in the stock to flow model, though it was a little bit slower. Now the cycle's speeding up. It's speeding up, guys. We're right in the middle of the stock to flow channel. Absolutely, like it's way stronger. This bull market is way stronger. Instead of using the blue 21-week EMA, this bull market, what are we using? The pink or purple 10-week EMA. So we're in the middle of the stock to flow channel using the 10-week EMA as support. It's just guys, things are just happening faster and faster and faster, right? And we have, there's all these weird theories about like the lengthening cycle theory. Clearly wrong. It's already disproven now. George says my body is ready for the final run. I think we're all ready for it, guys. So it seems like most of the chat is agreeing. Some people are disagreeing. I wonder what the people that disagree are disagreeing on. I wonder what you guys really think. But yeah, I think this is perfect. Because I know, a lot of people in crypto, they fail to see the signs. And a lot of people get mad at me when I say the ETF is going to be a top signal. A lot of people say, no, I don't want to believe that. I just want to believe that we'll just keep mooning. It'll just be a super cycle and we'll just going to keep going up. And it's like, Wall Street, they're not loyal to Bitcoin. Right? This is something that Bob Lucas said. Institutions, they're not loyal to Bitcoin. You're loyal to Bitcoin. Institutions are loyal to their dollars. They're loyal to their money. They're not loyal to Bitcoin. Unless it's like MicroStrategy, but apparently. But guys, most institutions do not care about Bitcoin necessarily. They just want to make money. They just want to make money. And right now, crypto is still a tool for speculation. Bitcoin is a product used for speculation right now. Slowly over time, it's being accepted as a potential store of value or a potential hedge against inflation that is slowly getting traction on Wall Street. And it actually is true because as more money is printed, the price of Bitcoin goes up, right? As dollars devalued, Bitcoin goes up. It's just math. Like we know that already, but Wall Street's slowly catching on, right? People are, where are you going live? I'm in the middle of the jungle, guys. I don't know if you knew that. I live in the jungle. Guys, we got 600 people watching, which means we should have 600 likes on this video. Also, if you're just tuning in, be sure to smash up that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And for all of you guys that like my content, make sure the bell button is selected. That's always very important. That's always very important. Yeah, so this is the thing that Wall Street doesn't want you to know, is that they're going to sucker you in with the ETF. That's pretty much the plan at this point. And people think that Wall Street, they hate Bitcoin. They don't hate Bitcoin. If they can make money on Bitcoin, they'll love Bitcoin. But I think what they want to do is, get the Coinbase IPO listed, which will cause so much more interest, so much more euphoria, so much more buying pressure for the price of Bitcoin. It'll probably launch us into our final mania phase, get completely overextended, and then they will know, okay, Bitcoin is overvalued. When it's sitting at 150, 250, 300,000, Wall Street will know probably, okay, this is overvalued. Now we can take our short position on this and launch our ETF and take more control over the Bitcoin price. This is how Wall Street operates. This is how they do it, guys. Josh Barr coming up with the 5. He says, Kev, remember when I told you, so look at KuCoin under $2 and XMR under 100. Guys, there's so many coins. You know what's funny, Josh? People say that to me every day. They say that to me every day. Josh Barr, though, I appreciate your support. You're actually one of my original viewers on this channel. I don't forget my OGs. I don't forget my OGs. Josh Barr was actually one of the first people to ever support this channel, like send me a tip or join Patreon. I think it was both or something like that. So Josh, I appreciate you. But Josh, people are always saying this to me. Every day I get a new DM and people are they're like, Kev, I told you about this coin and now it's up 5x since I told you. And I'm like, guys, I know. There's just too many coins. There's so many coins. Honestly, I'm stressed. I'm stressed by how many coins there are. Every day there's a new coin pumping. Does anyone else find it stressful that every coin is just pumping and it's like, I just want to own them all, but I can't. I just can't own them all. Just looking at chat real quick. Yeah, FOMO into the like button. Definitely FOMO into the like button. So, something else to keep in mind. I talk a lot about, by the way, this video is hilarious. Sunny Decree featured this video on his video, featured this clip on his YouTube video today, which is hilarious. I'm making fun of crypto YouTubers. So what was I going to say? Oh yeah, this post right here. Was it this post? Yeah, I think it was. So I believe that this bull market will probably, it's all, like I explained earlier, things are already happening faster now than they did in 2017. And everybody that I talk to, every analyst thinks, oh, we're just going to keep going until December because Bitcoin always tops out in December. And I think that's completely wrong. I think that's not the way that this analysis should be made. The way that I think, this is just an opinion, the way that I think the analysis should be made is taking into account how long did it take human emotion to get Bitcoin from one all-time high to the next all-time high. In 2017, we broke 1,200, and it took, in the hype cycle, lasted 245 days to get from that all-time high to the next one. 245 days. That's how long it took human behavior and human emotion to go from all-time high to next all-time high before bear market. If we take into account how that's going to play into this potential run here, 245 days, that's the actual, if you're going to do a fractal analysis, at least do a fractal analysis on human behavior itself. That's how I see it. And that would lead us to about August of this year. I'd say roughly summer. I mean, it could be sooner than that, actually. And the reason it could be sooner than that is because we're actually we're in the middle of the stock to flow channel, unlike the last time we were below it. And we're using the 10-week EMA as support. The last time it was a 21-week EMA. So this is a stronger, faster bull market. We may actually end up topping out in June, July, maybe August. Some people are saying, end of the year. I think it's more so mid-year. But I could be wrong. Also, another topic of discussion right now is smashing the like button. And besides that is the Pi cycle top. The Pi cycle top is another topic of discussion right now. And I find this to be one of the funniest topics of discussion. So funny to me. Let me just play a clip of what I said. Do you guys remember what I said about this? Let me pull this up. There's going to be an ad playing on this video. I'm going to pull up my response to the Pi cycle top. Let's see if I can find this moment. Because this is important in my opinion. It's important to listen to this because guys, I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of crypto analysts and crypto YouTubers using like the worst indicators. Even though I guess we have 2 days left to know if this is right or wrong. Like, people put so much weight on these indicators, and honestly, it's just, I'm tired of it. Oh, you guys can't hear that? Can we not hear this? No, we can't. That's weird. Anyway, in this video, Pi cycle top cross incoming, my prediction explained. I basically said in this video, there's nothing about the Pi cycle that is fundamentally tied to Bitcoin. There's no reason why this moving average cross would lead to a top. There's no reason. And all that Philip Swift did, the creator, was he in 2019, he looked back and he created a calculation that just made 2 lines cross near the top of every bull run. That has nothing to do with Bitcoin's fundamentals. There's nothing fundamentally tied to Bitcoin with this. Right? So there's no reason why this should be a top. It was just, it's not a magical indicator. It's not a magical indicator. Now, I guess it still technically could be right. We have 2 days to go. But watch my video where I talk about that, guys. Watch this video. And I tell you guys straight up, I'm like, this is going to be proven wrong in the next few weeks. And that was on March 31st. Probably going to be proven wrong very soon. And it just makes me sad that crypto YouTubers are like sitting there actually considering this as a viable signal. It's not. Anyway. Josh Barr says MicroStrategy hasn't tasted a loss. Let's put those birds back on. No, guys, I don't actually live in the jungle. MicroStrategy hasn't tasted a loss. Michael Saylor setting the floor for Bitcoin. Well, guys, the early bird gets the worm. MicroStrategy, if you're just taking into account what I said here about that growth zone, about 170% from all-time high to next bear market low, MicroStrategy was buying well below it and all the way up right as we're exiting, right? So they were pretty much, MicroStrategy has been buying in the area of maximum opportunity until, if we do end up getting an 82% correction like last time, or 85, well, they would have pretty much bought most of their Bitcoin at the area of maximum opportunity anyway. Now, if MicroStrategy keeps buying, above 100K, 150K, Michael Saylor would just prove to be a little bit ignorant. Guys, remember, he's a very smart man. Michael Saylor is a very smart man, right? He's smarter than I am. But he also was bearish on Bitcoin very early on, and he also said that he basically discovered Bitcoin in March, this crash, and made a quick decision to start buying, and it turned out to be good. I mean, I think Michael Saylor needs to understand Bitcoin cycles before he says we're not going to have a bear market or something like that. I actually don't really. I take what Michael Saylor says with a grain of salt, because for him it's very advantageous to push the Bitcoin narrative and get everyone to buy Bitcoin and say it's not going to dump. It's not going to dump. It's not going to be a bear market. It's going to be a super cycle. Yeah, I don't trust that at all. Lancer says, I'm the most underrated crypto YouTuber. I appreciate that. I appreciate that compliment. Looking at chat. Someone says, yes, sad that the Cryptoverse, who's at Ben Cohen, was pushing pi signal top, lengthening cycles. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really afraid to talk to criticize people. I don't really care anymore. I've always found I've always disagreed with Benjamin Cohen on a lot of stuff. His logarithmic regression bands are just not relevant. His lengthening cycle theory was just, there was no substantial evidence to be saying that. The pi signal top has nothing to do with Bitcoin's fundamentals. A lot of these things that just like look good on charts really are just really, very misleading, actually. Very misleading. The reason why I do the stock to flow model, guys, I actually used to criticize the stock to flow model, but when I made the simple realization that, well, this is really just based on the halving, that when the halving happens, Bitcoin's price increases. Like, I mean, if you just want to go with the most simple explanation, that's really like what this is. Bitcoin has a major increase in demand because of the artificial scarcity that the halving creates. Right? And the reduction in selling pressure from miners. And basically, you know, that's the halving is the green light for institutions and retail to start speculating on Bitcoin. That's why it's very likely that Bitcoin will have a consolidation again going into the halving of 2024. It's very likely to happen. Bitcoin usually needs a good consolidation before the halving. If inflation does significantly increase, which right now there's no evidence to suggest that inflation has affected us yet, I would say until the price of gold goes up, once gold starts going up more, then we could say, okay, maybe inflation is actually affecting us. Then it's possible that Michael Saylor's right and that we don't get an extreme bear market and that things are a little bit more stable. And maybe if inflation is bad enough, that we would actually end up becoming a little bit more bullish than normal, still consolidating going into the halving, but starting to break the stock to flow model based on excessive inflation or something like that, right? But that's really just a fantasy right now. For now, let's just like go with what Bitcoin usually, you know, for me, it just makes more sense to do that. Oh, so yeah, today Ethereum's doing great as well. This is awesome. Awesome to see Ethereum pumping up. TDK says Polygon vet. Guys, we were buying Polygon in my Patreon very early. 4 cents, guys. 4 cents. Let's take a look. I guess we're going to talk about altcoins now. Maybe. We're at 40 cents. Yeah, we were talking about this at 4 cents, guys, in my Patreon. 4 cents. Just below 4 cents. So we're doing great. We're doing great on this one. I'm holding it. I think Matic Polygon is probably going to be one of the most widely used scaling solutions for Ethereum and for Ethereum-related blockchains. Easily $10 billion market cap, right? So 5x from here, I think it's actually quite possible. Quite possible. And something I've said before is we have yet to see an Ethereum scaling solution enter the top 10. We don't have that yet. And I feel like there should be an Ethereum scaling solution sitting in the top 10. Or even the top 15. Or even the top 20. if I'm not mistaken, we don't have one in there. There's got to be one. I think it's going to be Polygon Matic. So I'm very fortunate to have gotten into this at 4 cents or just below 4 cents, because I think it's going to be a huge mover in this market. They have so many partnerships. The last time I saw a project get this many partnerships, it was Chainlink, right? Polygon is looking really good, really strong. And it's number 65. It has room to move up dozens of places in the list, in my opinion. Vikrant S says you called out Benjamin Cohen in your last video. I mean, I like the guy. I think he's good. But I disagree with a lot of things that he says. I mean, I disagree with a lot of things that most people say. Like in terms of an analysis, I don't know. I just have a very specific way of looking at things, but that's just me. Any thoughts on no, guys? I don't. Damien coming in with a 5. Any thoughts on Veracity? I mean, I don't know what that is actually, so I can't comment on it. So yeah, Polygon probably going to be a top 20 at least, I think. And you guys remember the last live stream I did on this channel, like just the other week or 2 weeks ago, whatever. Somebody asked me in the chat. They go, Kev, what do you think is the next most likely coin to get added to Coinbase? And I said, guys, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think it's Engine Coin. And what do you know? A week later, Engine Coin hits Coinbase. Smash the like button for that call, because that couldn't have been any more perfect. Yeah, Engine Coin is a multifaceted asset. It's a very, very unique and powerful crypto asset because they are the number one NFT issuance token, and they're also the leading blockchain gaming token, which is they're actually verified in Japan as the very first blockchain gaming token, like verified in Japan. And they're also working on Ethereum scaling solutions, and like Engine Coin, I'm already blown away. And yeah, guys, we were buying this at 16 cents in my Patreon as well. So that's exciting. I mean, guys, if you want to know, I really wish I bought more. I put $3,200 into this at 16 cents, and it's at 70 grand. Like, that gain is absurd. If only I put in a little bit more. But yeah, I think this also has a potential to hit a $10 billion market cap. An asset like Engine Coin, probably another 5x in this bull market is totally possible, especially if you're considering what we were talking about here in the beginning of the stream with the Coinbase IPO ushering in the euphoria phase, the mania phase, the true mania phase. A lot of people have been wondering, Kev, when is like the real alt season going to happen? And I always tell them, guys, the alt season has been happening for months now. But I guess what they mean is like the crazy alt season, the once in a lifetime type stuff, which it's already begun. But it'll likely happen now that we have the Coinbase IPO, euphoria kicks in, major increase in interest, major increase in buy pressure. We find a real blow off top over the next few months. And if you don't take your profits on these coins, guys, even on Bitcoin over the next few months, you'll probably end up seeing these exact prices again. Right? So again, we're exiting the area of maximum opportunity for the crypto market. Right now, we're exiting the area of maximum opportunity, and it's the bubble zone. The Coinbase IPO, in my opinion, is our bubble signal. Okay, guys, here we go. Here's the bubble. That's how I see it. Here it comes. Get ready. Get ready to take profits too. I'm not saying right now or soon. I'm in a few months. Get ready to exit. You don't want to be that guy that's just holding the bag. You don't want to just be holding the bag. Well, Josh Barr says, when do you plan on scaling out? Well, what I've been, if you guys know, for those of you that are familiar with my content, basically my plan is to smash the like button. And then after that, my plan is to basically, I've been holding through this area here. And a lot of people make the mistake of selling too early. And right after Bitcoin broke the all-time high, there were all these people were messaging me saying like, Kev, should I take profit? Should I take profit? And I was like, guys, we're like not even starting yet. And a lot of people take profits too soon, right? I think I'm going to get some criticism for saying this, but trading has become very popular in our society now. Trading culture. Like, I'm a trader. Oh, that's so cool. Like that type of thing where it's like, these commercials of like people trading stocks and like day traders, like that culture has really become very popular. And so this idea of take profits, you got to take profits has been pushed on everybody. So everyone thinks that it's the smart idea to just take profits right when you get them, right? That's the culture. It's like this trading culture. And I actually disagree with it. It's like, if you have a good winner, an asset that's winning, it'll probably keep winning, right? And it's not necessarily the right idea to just take your profits right off the bat. Take a portion, but let the winners ride for a while. You got to let the winners ride for a while, especially in a crypto bull market. You could miss out on like a huge portion of your potential gain by selling below the growth zone, right? This is the bubble zone now. This is the area of maximum gains. So if you were the kind of person that just got a profit and took it right away, I mean, good for you. You got your money, but I think that you're going to miss out on a huge era of this bull market. And I'll probably get a lot of criticism from traders out there that are like, wow, Kev is being irresponsible. But this is just me personally. I'm a macro trend trader. I usually stick with things for many months on end, guys. But that's just me. That's what I feel most comfortable with. A lot of people like trading, being in and out of the market. I really get uncomfortable when I try to like flip between coins and take profits and try to reposition in something else. I just like to ride, basically value investing, where I invest in things I think I value, and I just ride them for months. And I basically analyze Bitcoin and try to see what, are we topping out? When is this really topping out? That's just, I don't know. I'm just ranting at this point, but Forex people, most traders lose money. Yeah, because if you take profits too early, now you got to find a way to get back in the market. Now, don't get me wrong. I think over the next few months, you should probably start taking profits, right? Especially if we get above 100,000. You say, okay, here we go. This is overvaluation territory. We get above 150,000. That should be a big red flag. If we hit 200K, you should be very comfortable with taking profits. Very comfortable. You should have no regrets. Even if you take profits at 200,000 and Bitcoin rips up to 400K, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, right? You just want to get the meat of the move. You want to get the meat of the move on the bull market. And whether you miss the top by a week or two or whatever, not a big deal. Not a big deal. No, like nobody's going to sell the exact top. Vikram asks, coming to the 5, he says, Ethereum market peak this cycle, where do you think that is? That's a good question. There's a way that you could probably calculate that. What will Ethereum's peak price be? So I don't think I have the time to do the calculation, but Bitcoin's up roughly 800% in the past 1 year. Ethereum's up roughly 1,200% in the past 1 year. And if you take Ethereum's rate of performance being above Bitcoin's and what that would mean if Bitcoin hits 200,000, where would Ethereum's price be considering how well it's overperforming Bitcoin right now? If we just keep up the same pace, where would Ethereum be as opposed to Bitcoin? I can't do that calculation in my head. Maybe someone else can do it. But at least 5,000. At least 5,000. I think that's minimum, 5K. Maybe 7,500, 10,000. 7,500 to 10,000 is also very likely, but at least 5K. Guys, when I say at least, I mean at least, right? So people go, oh my God, Kev said only 5,000. Well, guys, I said at least 5,000, right? Like a very likely target to show up would be 5,000. Very likely. But, you know, 7,500, 10K, also very possible. And if you're looking at the previous cycle for Ethereum, whoops, crypto bull market charts look amazing. Look at that. So we had like Ethereum broke out above the all-time high in 2017 and had its first consolidation around that 45 level before breaking out again and going into its final major parabolic phase. Ethereum just had its breakout. It like just had the first breakout with that first consolidation, very similar to the 45 level. It's kind of like a similar stage, I would say. It's not necessarily fractal, but it's a similar stage in a bull cycle. And yeah, I mean, Ethereum at least 5,000. In fact, I mean, honestly, it's probably going to be higher than that. It'll probably be like 75 to 10K. Probably a decent target, right? Considering what Bitcoin's likely to do as well. Maybe when we get to 5K, we consolidate a little bit. There's going to probably be some major, like this, right? It's like some kind of major consolidation along the way before we enter the final run. The 804 kid coming with the 5, he says, thoughts on Tezos and a collab with Benjamin Cohen would be awesome. Thoughts on Tezos? I have a friend that's been incessantly accumulating Tezos, like constantly. And he has a lot of money in Tezos. And he always tells me all these interesting things about Tezos that I can't really remember off the top of my head. I know that there's actually like countries using Tezos for like voting systems, and I think it's France or something. I don't know. There's a lot of interesting stuff happening with Tezos. It'll probably do well. I'm really not I'm not very educated on it, so I'm not going to speak on it. But I think it's going to do well, though. Most things are going to do well in a bull market. So somebody asked the question, dude, what happens with your theory when real dump starts like 30% in a day, exchanges crash, and you're stuck with the bag of crypto, and other day it starts dipping again, and the other day as well, and you're left with the bag? That's like, I mean, it's a good question, but that's a funny question. Dude, what happens with your theory when the real dump starts, like 30% down in a day, exchanges crash, and you're stuck with the bag, and then the other day it starts dipping again, and the day after that again, and then you're left with the bag? Guys, so this is actually one of the funniest concerns that people have. A lot of people are scared that the exchanges won't work and they can't sell. And I'm wondering, like, do you guys think that the exchanges are going to be turned off for like a month? Or is it just going to be a few hours? If it's just a few hours, then it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Right? It doesn't matter, guys. Like, if Coinbase turns off, like, let's say we hit 250K and Coinbase shuts off, and that's the top. I mean, how long is it realistically going to be shut down for? let's say worst case scenario, a full 24 hours, you can't do anything. I mean, the price is going to be somewhere here. It's still going to be somewhere up there. And if you're in the market now, you'll be fine. And even if it dumps to like 125K, it'll probably rally again. You know, and let's say they shut down here. I mean, guys, you're gonna have weeks, like literal like weeks, a month at the top, where some YouTubers are gonna say, guys, Bitcoin's setting up for $1 million run, but in reality, it's setting up for a bear market, right? But you're gonna have weeks, guys, like weeks and weeks and weeks to sell. I think it's the funniest fear. People are like, oh my God, is it gonna shut down and I can't sell at the top? It's like you're probably not gonna be able to predict that. First of all, you're probably not going to be able to sell at the top because you just won't know it's the top. And the exchanges are only going to be down for a few hours. You'll be fine. You'll probably be fine. By the way, guys, the Cryptowatch platform, this platform, allows you to trade off of it, right? So I can actually, I have the Bitstamp chart pulled up, but if I had my API keys plugged in here, I'd be able to trade on the back end of it. So let's say that I can't log into Bitstamp. Well, if my API keys are plugged in, I can trade on the back end. So Cryptowatch is actually a good backup plan in case you can't log in. Well, you could probably still execute trades on the back end of the exchange by having your API keys plugged into Cryptowatch. It's not a guarantee. It's not foolproof. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but this has worked for me before. When you can't log in, you can still execute trades on the back end with the API keys plugged into Cryptowatch. So click my link below. It's totally free. Sign up. It's totally free. You got nothing to lose. Have a backup plan? Click that link below and sign up for Cryptowatch. That is one really good use case for Cryptowatch as well. It's totally free, guys. Someone just came in. Wait, I think I missed a couple. Good video. What are your thoughts on XDAI, a second layer solution for Ethereum? It'll probably do well. It'll probably do well. I actually had some, and I sold it for something else because it was underperforming. But usually when you sell a coin in a bull market, that means that it's going to moon. That's happened to me so many times. I'll sell a coin and it just pumps the next day. I think there's some VCs dumping XDAI though, which is why it hasn't already gone up. I was kind of just fed up with it. I was like, but it'll probably go up. I would rather, I mean, XDAI is still very undervalued. Personally, I think Matic is superior to XDAI, although they're a little bit different. They're a little bit different. Jake coming with a 5 says, where do you see Aave? Are you saying Aave heading in the near future? After its all-time high, it's been lagging. I know it's been lagging. Probably a couple thousand at least, like 2,000 at least, probably. Anthony coming in with 11 euros. He says, so many newbies in crypto lately. Well, that's what you're going to get. That's what you're going to get. Anthony coming in with 11 euros. I appreciate that as well. So many newbies in crypto, he says. Well, yeah, guys, that's probably why Coinbase is launching their IDO or getting their listing on NASDAQ. Perfect time. All the money's flowing in. All the money's flowing in. You know, everyone's going to want to buy the Coinbase stock. Everyone's going to want to own it. Perfect way to come in hot on Wall Street. Absolutely perfect. I mean, it's obviously not a coincidence that they're going to do that. Not a coincidence. It's perfect timing. And I think Coinbase knows, right? I mean, these are the experts. These are the exchanges. They probably have an idea of where Bitcoin's price is headed, and they're probably very confident that they're not going to release their IPO at the top, right? That just wouldn't be very attractive to release the Coinbase IPO at the top. They're probably extremely confident that the price of Bitcoin will continue up, right? And that they're going to catch this final mania phase here. I think they know what's up, and they're going to be ready to catch the final mania phase. As we, this is something, again, this channel is very focused on the macro trends. So it might seem repetitive, but guys, this is what's important to me. And I think it's important to you guys to understand all this as well. It's so important to understand all this. But yeah, the final mania phase, I think the Coinbase IPO, IDO, whatever, will usher it in. And then the ETF will be our top signal, somewhere around there. It might not be the exact top, but I think somewhere at the top, the ETF launches. And that'll bring in a lot of liquidity. So like people are hyped about Coinbase. When the ETF launches, people will get suckered in at the top, and that'll create a lot of liquidity for the whales to exit. Thanks for warning them. Yeah, just be ready, guys. This is the bubble zone, meaning that if you're buying now, you're going to want to take profits in a few months, because if you don't, the price could end up just coming right back to your entry. Because guys, this is crypto. This is how it is. Like, this is just how it behaves. It's a market driven by speculation. So if you're not taking profits at the end of the run, you're going to be left with either holding bags or with no profits at all, and a big waste of time. You know, don't be a hero. Don't be a hero. The reason why Michael Saylor is holding on to his Bitcoin, or MicroStrategy. The reason why MicroStrategy is holding on to his Bitcoin, onto their Bitcoin, is because they're a corporation. It's their cash reserves. You're an individual. You could probably use that money, right? You're not a corporation with a 10-year plan. We're going to put our cash reserves in Bitcoin and wait 10 years. No, you're an individual that has things in a life, and you're probably going to want to use some of that money for something. So I would say be ready to take profits when things get crazy. And if you see the ETF launch, definitely do an assessment on the market and figure out what you need to do. But again, we're likely months away, guys, months away, and yeah, it's getting pretty exciting. The bubble zone is usually the area of maximum gains, so that's where I think we're headed now. Area of maximum gains incoming. Ethereum potentially as high as 10,000. We'll see. I think that's the general target. And yes, guys, altcoins will also see savage bear markets. You know, a lot of people wonder what should I do? What should I do in a bear market? Well, shorting altcoins is probably, it's definitely risky, because if you don't catch it at the right time, you'll get wrecked, right? Because they're very volatile. But if you short crap coins, if you find coins that you're like, this is definitely not worth this at all, if you short those coins, you'll probably make some epic gains on the way down. So that's a plan you can have. Also, maybe lending your stable coins to earn interest on that. You could do that as well. There's a bunch of stuff to do in the bear market. Also, as I explained in my previous video, one of my last videos was actually one of the more important videos on my channel. Let me go back so you guys can watch this, or so I can tell you. This video right here, the secrets to understanding Bitcoin, how much time is left. The video is almost 18 minutes long. I usually never do videos that long, but there's a reason why this is a long video. It has like all the stuff I'm talking about and everything really just like jammed into one video. So this is a really good summary of everything I think. And in this video, I also discussed that, at the end of a bull market, there's a lot of energy. There's a lot of energy in the market. The biggest alt season happened in 2018, after the bull run ended. And people, of course, on this channel, we were warning everyone that we were going to go down towards $2,500, right? For a long time. I mean, it was pretty close prediction, right? A lot of, but if you were here for 2017, most people thought that this was the bottom and that we were going to go up. Mike Novogratz thought that. Alessia Rastani thought that. A lot of institutions even thought that. And the vast majority of crypto investors and traders thought that. They thought, this is clearly the bottom, not recognizing that it was a classic descending triangle pattern. But yet, regardless, even though the general pressure on the market was down, because we just hit 20,000, the interest was extremely high. There was so much attention on crypto that this was the point of maximum attention and maximum exposure to the public at 20K, that once we dumped, there were still a ton of people that came into the market. that wanted a piece of this. They wanted crypto even after the peak. They weren't aware that it was a bear market. And altcoins were going crazy. There was a lot of interest, a lot of energy in the market even during that period. Right? If you guys know if you were there. Same thing would probably happen around here. Even after the bear market begins, there's going to be a ton of interest. The area of maximum exposure, Bitcoin ETF, oh my God. Everyone wants a piece of crypto now. It's the next thing. Every company is starting to integrate blockchain into their whatever. The bear market will still happen, but there will be a lot of interest, and there's still going to be altcoins flying left and right. Great areas, great shorting opportunities, a lot of stuff you can do in a bear market, right? Of course, at some point you'll get to a depression phase or something where it's as boring as hell, of course. But then, you got the halving to look forward to, and this is why we love Bitcoin. It's really awesome, guys. It's really awesome. Polynesian USA, thank you for always supporting this channel. I recognize your name. Coming with a 10, he says, hey, Kevin, great content. What are your thoughts on the total crypto market cap peak? What are some are saying 5 trillion, but I think that's too low of an estimate. I think the last time I looked, I was saying 7 trillion. I forget. Maybe I still have something drawn on here. Hold on. What was I looking at? I forget. I forget the calculation I made. I forget why I said 7 trillion. But I remember thinking 7 trillion, and I totally forget why. If I remember, I'll tell you. But I don't know why I said this before, but I made some kind of calculation that led me to believe 7 to 10 trillion. I have to remember why. I haven't looked at this chart in a while. 7 to 10 trillion, I think, was my last prediction. Remember, guys, Haven Peak says 5 trillion. That's a 300K Bitcoin. Well, I mean, dominance usually declines. Dominance is usually declining, which means Bitcoin's taking up less market share, which means the altcoins are taking up more market share, which means that it's not necessarily Bitcoin Bitcoin's price will likely go to a high value, like anywhere from 150 to 300,000, but the rest of the market's also going to be pumped up, right? I mean, XRP recently has just been doing extremely well. I've criticized XRP so many times in the past, but congratulations to everyone that was holding XRP. You guys finally got something out of it, which is great. XRP sent the crypto market above 2 trillion, I believe, the other day. Like a coin like XRP, at the end of the bull market, it's going to have a huge market cap as well. So it's not just Bitcoin, guys. Carlos, going with the 5 says, "Hey Kevin, what are your thoughts about ANKR?" I'm not going to comment on it because I don't have enough of an opinion. People actually ask me about that one a lot. People ask me about this all the time. Though I don't really have much to say. So the thing about XRP, though, even though it's doing really well, and congratulations to everyone holding it, I mean, it's still over the past 1 year. It's basically almost on par with Bitcoin. It's below Ethereum's performance, and it's below Binance Coin's performance, obviously. It's below most top coins' performance here. It's actually even below Chainlink's performance. Now, will XRP exceed that? Totally possible. Traditionally, XRP does see insane pumps. And I think Ripple did a huge buyback recently after the SEC news and played it perfectly. So, yeah, maybe it does start outperforming everything else. Who knows? Oh, this stopped. Orion Protocol, really cool trading terminal they have. We were buying this in Patreon at $7, I believe, $7. It went to like 23, now it's back to 15, so a lot of volatility. Although I do believe that they are now going to be integrating Polkadot. I think that news came out today. They're going to be integrating Polkadot and Polkadot tokens, I believe. So this is a pretty cool platform that you can basically trade multiple different types of blockchains, different types of tokens, with all the possible decentralized and centralized liquidity all in one place. So that's kind of revolutionary if you think about it. Pretty cool. There are some other projects doing that as well, but Orion Protocol is leading in that right now. So major dip, probably a good dip buy, probably a good dip buy opportunity. The news came out that they're integrating Polkadot now, and this isn't loading for me for some reason, but you know, probably a decent dip buy if you're interested in it. Yeah, guys, XOR, so the PokeSwap exchange is going to launch within the next day or so. So for those of you that are keeping track of that. So we have seen a big dump going into the launch, which, you know, it's not really that not really that crazy of a thing. Let me see if I have the chart here. I'm going to pull up, hold on. A lot of people asking about Zora, of course. A lot of crazy price action. So we're at 700, which is generally pretty good. In Patreon, we were buying this at 140, 250, 500. So 700, I can't complain. I can't complain. Though, yes, we are dumping going into the launch of PokeSwap. For those of you that don't know, the PokeSwap DEX is launching soon. This is the 4-hour chart. I mean, yeah, it's pretty volatile, but I think it's looking pretty good overall. I think it's looking pretty good. Just a month ago, we were at 500 or lower. We broke out. I made my video, the first video about this. I mean, we were buying this at Patreon at like 140, but made my first video on YouTube about it here. It immediately pumped. Now it's dumping right back, pretty much to that area. Finding support off of previous resistance. This is probably an accumulation range. And I think that once the PokeSwap exchange launches, it'll probably bounce back up. I mean, overall, XOR is going parabolic. Generally speaking, it's a parabolic trend. We just need to get a nice base of support here and rally up once again. Someone says, can you look at BXQ BTC, the ticker? What the hell? A Doge? Wait, my Dogecoin alert just went off? Hold on. Let's look at Doge. Wow. What are we doing? Oh my God. What is Doge doing right now? Here we go, guys. Look at Doge. Look at Doge go. New all-time highs once again. That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Is anyone holding Doge? Dogecoin breaking into new all-time highs. You know what's funny? Right when I pulled this up, I saw like 50 people leave the stream, probably to go FOMO into Dogecoin. This market, man, is so funny. It's so funny. BQX. I mean, guys, it's not. If it's not on Cryptowatch, I can't pull it up, and I'm not gonna go look at something else. I don't know what that coin is, but I appreciate your donation. I don't want to do too much of a dive into coins I don't know and coins that aren't even listed on Cryptowatch. But I appreciate your 5. Asking about BQX, Voyager. Rabies Hurl says the tip got skipped. Sorry, guys. Let me see. Well, that's weird because I can't even see it now. Weird. Let me see if I can find it. Who's FOMOing into Doge, guys? I know some of you are. I'm trying to find these tips. I can't find it. I don't know where your tip went. It's weird. Usually it's under viewer activity. Can't find it. Not there. Strange. But guys, the thing about the market right now is most things will go up. Right, like if you're wondering whether your coin's going to go up or not, the likely answer is that it will. The likely answer is that your coin will go up. Right. So if you're going to ask, if you're going to say, hey Kev, look at this chart, what do you think? Well, I mean, without even looking at the chart, just knowing that this is a crypto bull market, Bitcoin's breaking into new all-time highs. We got the Coinbase IPO tomorrow. Yeah, your coin will probably go up. To answer your questions, guys, it'll probably go up. Everything's going up. It really is not all that hard to make money in this market right now, right? But finding the projects that will make you the most money is really the hard part. I mean, you can pretty much throw money at anything and you'll make something, at least something. And you guys, you got to be patient too. A lot of people in crypto, they don't have experience trading anything else in their life. And they just they treat it like a slot machine. Like they buy a coin, it's like, I want my reward now. I want my reward now. I bought yesterday. Why isn't it pumping yet? I mean, that's really just human behavior, but you guys have to be like patient, relax. Just let it play out, let go. Don't just relax. You'll be fine. Don't stare at the chart, right? If you're staring at the chart, you're going to get pissed off. A lot of newbies in here right now they just don't have the right mindset. Bid Moon coming up with the 5. He says, with the XOR news, is Val attractive? Great content as always. I think that, well, we just got a bunch of tips. Hold on. Yeah, I do think it is. I mean, people are going to be, I was personally buying Val recently so that I could use it to supply liquidity, because I'm going to use it to supply liquidity to PokeSwap. So I think there will be demand. I think a vast majority of Val will be used to supply liquidity to PokeSwap. That's at least the idea anyway. A lot of people I see in the Telegram, they're saying, I'm going to use my Val to supply liquidity when the airdrop happens. So I think that Val is attractive in my opinion to own, because it's going to be a free floating price. So it'll probably moon. Voyager's in the top 100 coins. I don't know why it's not pulling up, but do you think people can? But do you think people can 10x their portfolios at this point in the game? Depends on what it depends on what you own. If somebody that was all in on Bitcoin, if they asked, hey Kev, can I 10x my portfolio right now? At this point, I only own Bitcoin. I would say, well, probably not. You might be able to get a 3x, 300% if you sold the exact top. 300% maybe from here if you're all in Bitcoin. Which, you know, could be, which is really, I mean, generally speaking, like, that's amazing, right? A 3x. Now, in crypto, we're all very greedy, and we want a 10x, a 100x. So, you know, you have to, you know, if you're just in Bitcoin, you're not going to get a 10x. If you're just in Ethereum, you're probably not going to get a 10x from here. But you got to start going down the list a little bit more. If you're in Chainlink, if things start picking up for Chainlink, maybe. But it's also, you know, Chainlink's performance has also been really not all that great. But now we have link pool staking and grayscale adoption. So I'm starting to get hopeful again that, okay, maybe we can get a 10x out of this. We'll see. The market cap is already quite high. Maybe Chainlink gives you 10x. But if you're looking for your portfolio to 10x, you got to be in lower caps, mid caps that are likely to do really well. You know? You're not going to get it out of Bitcoin. Daisy says, what were you saying about XRP, Svensson? Well, what I was saying was, so far, XRP is still underperforming Ethereum, underperforming Chainlink, underperforming BNB, underperforming Cardano, underperforming a lot of top coins. I just like to give XRP a hard time. No, but seriously, congrats to everyone that finally got some gains out of XRP. You know, personally, I would not have been happy holding XRP, doing nothing, and then you know, like 1 week it makes the gain. Like, I don't know. It's just not an asset that I like. If you timed it right, that's great. If you've just been buying the whole time and now you're making a ton of gains, congrats. I've just never been a fan. XRP could probably end up going to $3 or more. But we're almost already there. To a 180. Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to go to $3, maybe $5. Totally possible. Also, XRP seeing a major pump, in my opinion, suggests that my analysis is correct, that we are entering the bubble zone, that it is a real bubble zone, right? And that is exactly what this green box territory suggests, that once you exit this green box of 173% roughly, it's the bubble, where you bubble all the way up to your top and then come crumbling down. We exit the green box territory, bubble all the way up to your top into the summer of this year, and then probably come crashing down. But it's funny that XRP's breakout is happening at the exact same time that we're exiting the area of maximum opportunity. It's a sign that things are really about to get bullish, basically. Things are really about to get bullish. That's how I see the XRP breakout. Stefan coming in with a 20. I appreciate it, Stefan. Says, hey Kev, big fan. Check out ICX chart, guys. I'm not really doing like these altcoin requests right now. I don't want to look at random charts. Again, and I mean, I haven't really been doing that this stream. Your coins will go up. Like, that's really the answer you want. Is my coin going to go up? Yes, it probably will. It's like 95% certainty that your coin will probably go up over the next few months. That's really all you need to know. This is a crypto bull market. This is how it works. Like, it's just how it works. Anyway, guys. July for the peak. Anywhere between June and August, maybe September. But like, guys, if you guys watch my content, you know what my opinion here is. And if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know right here, look, from all-time high break to next all-time high in the last bull market, it took 245 days. If we did the exact same hype cycle, human emotion, if we took that human emotion fractal, I guess you could call it, it would land us in August of this year, just a few months away, August. But there's a couple reasons why. It may be sooner than that. We're using the 10-week EMA as support instead of the 21-week EMA last bull market. In this bull run, we're in the middle of the stock to flow rather than being below it in the last bull run. So there's some things to suggest that we may be actually moving faster this bull run. And that is actually, I think that a lot of people are going to make mistakes this bull run because it's going to happen way faster than they think. Way faster. Like it's going to end faster than they think, and they'll get burned. That's my prediction. A lot of people are going to get burned thinking that it's going to last longer, and it won't. That's just my theory, though. Rich Buddy coming with the 5. He says, so when are we selling Bitcoin again? I love to hear your conviction and confidence of our future move together. When are we selling? I mean, guys, you got to set targets for yourself, whatever you think is best, right? If you think that, if your analysis leads you to believe, that anything over 100,000 is overvalued, then you would start to scale out then, and then set an upper target of what, 300,000? You think that's like going to be the absolute top? Set your own targets, right? Make your own decisions. Figure out where you think, what do you think? Right? I don't want to tell you what to do. You guys should be able to set your own targets. You can use my analysis to guide you. You guys already know, estimated $250,000 top. But with that knowledge, now you should set your own targets. Don't just only do what I say. But Rich Buddy, just giving you a hard time. I appreciate your tip, and you're always here, always support the stream, always asking me to do streams. So I appreciate you, Rich Buddy. Guys, take what I say and then make your own decisions, right? All right, James Island, my favorite topic of the day. Here's my favorite topic of the day. The pi cycle top. My favorite topic. Because I talked crap on it the other day. Where was it? Right here. 1 week ago, I did a video. Look, pi cycle top. If you watch that video, in the video, I say, my prediction is very likely this will be proven wrong in the next few weeks. And I'm still very confident. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm going to look like an idiot, but I'm still very confident that it's just so... The current trend does not suggest a top, right? It just does, especially the volume signature does not support the idea of a blow-off top. And every other time the pi cycle has crossed, every other time, what was going on? A major blow-off top. 2013, major blow-off top. 2013 again, major blow-off top. 2017, major blow-off top. Here, now, it's not really a blow-off top, guys. We were just consolidating for a long time. We've just been consolidating, and the pi cycle moving averages have crossed while we were consolidating, and we just got a breakout. You know, to me, it's just like it's likely not going to be. It's just going to be proven wrong. Like I've been saying, the pi cycle has nothing to do with Bitcoin's fundamentals. There's nothing fundamentally related to Bitcoin with the pi cycle moving average cross. Nothing about this has anything to do with Bitcoin's fundamentals at all. And we're not even at a blow-off top right now. It's likely not true. And it's honestly terrible that like so many crypto YouTubers actually entertain this thing. The only video I made on it, I said it's probably BS. That's the only thing I ever said about it. Probably bullshit, right? And I'm going to stick to that. I think we're on, my analysis leads me to believe that we're on the verge of a final mania phase, and Coinbase IPO will usher in the euphoria phase. I could be wrong. Maybe I look dumb in a month from now, but I'm pretty confident in my ideas here, just based off of Bitcoin's historic performance, the way that Bitcoin traditionally behaves after the halving, and the way that things are going with the world economy, the incessant money printing, and the way that human behavior usually makes this go, right? The way that human behavior above the all-time high for Bitcoin, usually 245 days or so of epic upside. Stefan Springer coming in with the 1. Well, let's see. Or the 2, hold on. Did you do a comment? I think you just said thanks. I appreciate you. Crypto. So, Stefan, I appreciate that. Crypto Pinky coming in with the 50. He says, what do you think about the news that the New York Stock Exchange is getting into NFTs? Oh, yeah, I saw that, and I kind of just laughed. I don't know. I have no idea, honestly. That's a weird one. That's a weird one. I'm not sure what to think. I mean, the one thing you could say about that is that crypto is having an influence on traditional finance, and that crypto is impacting the world, and that crypto is very likely going to integrate into traditional finance, right? Like, we're going to see a merge of DeFi and Wall Street at some point over the next 10 years. It's going to slowly start to happen. We're going to start seeing stocks being issued on the blockchain. We're going to start to see all kinds of stuff, real estate, tokenized real estate, where you can buy fraction. Like, in the future, I think that at some point you're going to be able to walk up to a building in the city, pull out your phone, hold it up to the building, and then you'll see like some stats, and it'll tell you that you could buy a share of that building. Like, I think we're going to have not a decentralized, but like a shared economic system where you can buy fractions of buildings and cars, and like sort of like that's kind of how I see things going. Corporations will issue their own tokens, their own currencies, all that kind of stuff. That's all coming, in my opinion. But anyway, guys, I think that's all. I've been rambling for a while now. How long have we been streaming? I hope you guys enjoyed my rambling. We've been streaming for an hour and a half, guys. If you guys appreciate these streams, smash up that like button. Subscribe to this channel if you're new. Let's get as many likes on this video before I leave as possible. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that bell notification. And I will see you guys soon. Stay tuned for the next videos. We're going to keep up with the macro trend. I always keep you guys updated on exactly where we are within the cycle. We give you guys the most accurate predictions, the most realistic predictions. No BS. If we see an indicator that's BS, we tell you it's BS ahead of time, so that you're always on track. Anyway, guys, I'll talk to you all soon. Peace out. Wait, here we go. All right, see you guys.